Hello and welcome to the Becker County Historical Society Road Show. And today we have with us Richard Blanding, the former owner of the Blandings department store. And we all remember the first, you call it the Walmart? Early Walmart?
We were the Walmart of Detroit Lakes. And our motto was all your shopping under one roof, because we had everything that people need for living in Becker County: food, clothing, and shelter. And we provided an income for the homesteaders that came here, because we could buy their produce, the eggs and the fruit and the corn, and so they had a little money and chickens and eggs. And my first job in the store was candling eggs.
Would you explain what candling eggs is?
Well, they would bring in a crate of eggs with about 6 or 8 dozen eggs in the crate. And you were going to sell them. And it was important that they be fresh.
Okay.
So I would pick up 2 eggs at a time and hold them in front of a bright light, and then you could see if they were fresh or not. And that was my first job in the store.
I should have done that. I bought eggs at a farm one time, cracked it open, there was a chicken in there.
That's what you didn't want to find.
Okay. Now, they started the store in 1887?
Yes. My grandfather came here in 1882, and he started the store in 1887. And he went into partnership with a man named John Smith. And they called this store the China Hall. And it was located about where the Grover Cleveland filling station used to be.
Oh, on the north side?
On the north side. And the reason they called it China Hall was because they sold mostly things that homesteaders couldn't bring with them: dishes, tumblers, glassware, lamp chimneys, and so forth. And evidently it was a success, because then they moved across the tracks and they built the 2-story red block building where the Lakes Crisis Center is now.
Oh, sure. That was your building.
That was our building across from Max.
Yes.
And then the Teague family owned part of the building, and the Holmes family owned part, and we owned the center section. And we had the hardware, the grocery, the men's and women's clothing and shoes, and furniture, and dry goods, and just everything that you needed.
Well, you know what surprised me? I was looking at the pictures, and I saw the picture of the women making clothes. That was 1906.
1906, they had a dressmaking department with 6 ladies that made dresses for the people in town, because that's the only way you could get a dress, was to make it. But then they started making them in the East Coast, and my dad would go to New York every year or twice a year to buy women's dresses. And then we called the department the ready-to-wear department, because you put it on and it was ready to wear.
So I think you also were in the coal business at one time.
We had coal over on the north NP tracks, the Burlington tracks, and we had coal there, and it was big business. First it was cordwood, because Becker County was covered with a lot of oak trees, and in the wintertime a lot of the farmers would cut the oak trees, and then they would bring them into town and sell them, and we stacked them and used them for railroad ties.
Okay.
And they would buy up to 500 ties a day, and it gave the farmers a source of income.
Well, sure.
So they could. We also had dynamite.
Dynamite.
We had a Quonset concrete hut on the corner of Front Street and Lake Avenue, where we stored the dynamite, and the farmers would use that to blast the stumps.
Okay.
Because the horses couldn't pull them out.
Well, you know, we're going to continue the stories, and so everyone tune in again, and we will continue the stories of the Blandings store.